It's a Token Tuesday. Get your fill here on kpopRC, cause it's a Token Tuesday. Go grab yourself a beer and sing it with me, cause it's a Token Tuesday. Let's have some fun, get out and bash. It's a Token Tuesday. Oh, just one more thing, shut up, Nash. Shut up, Nash. Shut up, Nash. Crack a beer, welcome to Token Tuesday. You're on kpopRC, right?
Yes, what is up, dudes? Welcome to another episode of kpopRC. I think we got audio. It looks like we got audio. I'm going to wait until you guys say it doesn't sound like there's like a jet engine in the background or something. Let me know. Let me know if the audio is good. I'm going to drink this short can on Tall Can Tuesday because, I mean, that's all I got. We got tall cans. Just this is where I'm going to start today. Anyway, we got a pretty awesome. Oh, what happened? What? Who? Just a reminder. We're on Tall Can Tuesday, guys, and we got a list, man. We got a list of tons of stuff to check out. Man, Reefs sent me a beast 1000 fifth scale servo, so we're gonna play with this in a little bit, which should be pretty fun. We got Nitro engines that we're gonna kind of take a look at and see what you dudes are saying about Nitro. And we're gonna talk about the MAYHEM monthly MAYHEM kind of post-mortem action. If you look just behind there, you can see there's a Baja, and if you look just below there, you can see there's a Savage. And if you look, I guess you can't really see it. There's like a Savage X there, like a brushless one. And oh my God, check it out. There's an MCD hanging on the wall. Lots of stuff in the studio. Lots of stuff happening. We got an RS200 update. What else we got? We got a whole bunch of stuff happening, man. And I've even taken a sip. I hope you guys have a cold beverage. I don't know, water, whatever you do, stay hydrated, or a beer, whatever suits your fancy. I'm going to drink this though. Oh my God, look, it's like, good God. Yeah, once it hits the lips, so good. It's so good. Anyway, I think we're going to see who's on here. 44 of you dudes watching. If you guys could thumbs up the video, that'd be super, super huge. Nash, I don't know how long Nash is going to be here. He worked overnight shift last night, and he's starting at 7 in the morning tomorrow. So unfortunately, Nash, man, have a good freaking time. Scott Diesel, what's up, man? Hope you're having a good freaking Tuesday. Mark P, what is up? Oh man, I thought they looked bad, but they are really bad, aren't they? Anyway, I'm riding my bike to work, and the wind is like, and it's just like dry air. It's bad. It's bad. It's a bad time, man. It's a bad time. Cold air. Where did summer go? Let's see here. Derek's Garage, man. Don't give up on Nitro. Yeah, man. I don't know if we will. It seems like everybody's into it. Everybody's into these little Nitro engines, and I am too in a weird way. I just like. There's just something about how much mechanical stuff is happening in this whole system here with Nitro versus like a 4-pole, magnetic rotor and like a bunch of electromagnets on the outside, and then like a pinion and a differential, like it's just so simple. And yeah, that means it's more reliable. It's like more fun because it's like fast, you throw it down and whatever. But there's like some kind of allure to this, I think, that just makes it kind of awesome. It does. RC Recreation, man, what is up, buddy? Nice fatty being rolled. Awesome. Always good. As long as I get my K-pop fix, you'll be all right. All right, man. Wicked. I'll try to make that happen. Bob's RC, man. What's up, buddy? Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Yes, Rudy, man. What is up? Scott Diesel, always a pleasure. Rudy, same. Let's see here. El Kushmo Magnifico. Yes, that's Robbie, man. Robbie wrote the song, the opening song, as like a joke, like a funny jingle that he's been kind of working on and having fun with, and it is awesome. So let him know in the comments below that you like the funny, like punky, like Brit punk, you know, weird opener. I don't know. Is that what it's called? I don't know. TJ, man, what is up, buddy? DJ Apothecary, I still have to send you some stuff. I didn't forget. It will happen, I promise. And maybe the longer you wait, the cooler it will be. So sorry, bud. Let's see here. Rudy, man, it's telling me to drink beers. All right, man. All right. Oh, damn. Oh, those are not good. That intro is amazing. Yes, Scott Diesel was talking about. Yes, brother K-pop. RC Racing Legends, man. Yes. Let me know next time you're in Toronto, man. We should hang out. You know, we're always like ripping, you know, RCs on weekends. So if you want to come and hang out and try your hand at a Baja, you know, whatever, that'd be super cool. Let's see here. Audio sounds good. Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Shut up, Nash, right? Awesome. Cheers to beers. Let's see here. King Wally RC. What's up, buddy? Long time no see as well. 10 scale starting to post videos again. I see you guys took a little bit of a break. Maybe needed because like you guys are pumping out so many videos. Let's see here. Tall Bong Tuesday. God, man, that's great. That's a good name. I like it. I like it. Sounds good, bro. Let's see here. Toxic Crawler, cheers to beers. Your truck is so badass. I'm gonna like grab it and we'll look at it. I have like another camera today, of course. Oh no, I don't. Oh, that's fun. I forgot to plug it in. All right, well, you'll watch me plug it in and then we'll have another camera. Son of a, what have I done? I moved it and then I didn't like plug the power in because I'm a dummy. Let's see here. What was here? One bear ends. Cheers, K-pop. New here. A beer on me. Thank you, dude. Much appreciated. Thanks a lot, man. Soon we'll be bringing back the raffles, and we just have to figure out what we're going to be raffling. I just want to finish the RS200 project and get that kind of out the door to the people that have already kind of been supporting that project since before Monthly Mayhem. It's taken a pause. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we've been kind of building a homage to Group B with the RS200, and we're making some pretty cool stuff. Like check it out. Oh wait, there you go. Yeah, so I've been like, hold on, I'm gonna mute this so that just in case or whatever. Anyway, we're like building all these cool things. And I got this chassis cut out of aluminum. Send cut send. It was send cut send. We sent it to send cut send, and it's been aluminum cut. I don't know where it is. I'll find it. It's probably in that box somewhere where I can't step on it. But yeah, it's super cool. Actually, you know what? I could probably share my screen. Let's do that. It's probably a better idea anyway. Sorry, I'm tongue tied because I just slammed that beer, and now I'm just like all frazzled. What happened? Oh man, I should slow down. Present, share screen. Yeah, there we go. All right, wicked. There we go. And I get to use my awesome new mouse tool that Paula gave me that I'm like starting to try to learn how to use because it's like actually quite a difficult thing to do. Is to like be able to like pick a spot in space and be able to like get there by controlling this like here I can actually show you guys this thing. What is it? Camera 2. All right, so I've got this like it's this little puck or whatever, but it goes like up and down. So this is up and that's down, and I'm gonna push it left. So this is left. Oh, I guess no, you gotta, there's left. Or sorry, that's right. Jeez. I know my left from my right. I promise, guys. This is my, there's my left. Good Lord. And then if you rotate, oh God, if you pitch it back, of course, it tilts like this. It's like your head. And then you can like turn the camera as well. So it's basically like flying a drone. This is really hard when it's not on the table and you're holding it in the air, by the way, guys. But like, it's a skill. It's totally a freaking skill. Anyway, I highly recommend it if you're in like a CAD program a lot. It just makes your life a little bit better because I can like highlight stuff while moving the camera, and I'm not like, it's not wasting a whole bunch of clicks. Because usually what I would be doing is I would be using the center mouse and I'd be like clicking, moving. And now my other hand can do it. Anyway, this is the RS200 project. This is based on a Sakura D5 Lite. It's like a rear-wheel drive drift chassis, super cheap. They're like $100. And yeah, and so I kind of redesigned the whole thing from the chassis up to be as scale as absolutely possible. And this is where I'm at right now. You can kind of see I've kind of stolen. I should really kind of give a shout out to Matt Goatley, who hasn't been on here in a while. Hopefully we see him soon, but he's from the UK, so it's got to be like 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning for him. But he ended up giving me an awesome model that may have been like in a video game, some kind of video game, a rally game that obviously the 3D designers spent a lot of time in the interior. Like if you look at this dashboard, hold on, let me get there. Not only does it have the like rear wheel drive, front wheel drive, or rear wheel drive, all wheel drive, or like split power option stick, you know, and then all the buttons and stuff. Like look at all this stuff. So we're gonna obviously resin print all of this. So this particular part of the build is going to be resin printed. This is me like really trying hard to use this mouse and not look like a total fool. Anyway, let's go to the comments for a sec, because I kind of feel like we should be you know, connecting with you dudes. Let's see here. Alar, man, what's up, man? Greetings from Estonia. Sweet. What time is it in Estonia, man? It's got to be pretty late or really early in the morning for you. Maybe early in the morning for you guys. See here, was the 71 satire? No, okay, yeah, we should talk about this. Let's talk about this for a second. Let me get out of this and we can talk about it. So, because it's actually kind of a funny story. I'm gonna take these headphones off because I don't need them. All right, so here it is. Oh man, boom! It's heavy. It's 10 pounds. It's 10 pounds wet, and that's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. What was I going to say? We did the math in terms of trying to figure out the final drive ratio of the transmission, and then kind of taking into account the ratio of the crawler differential, and then also the 4-inch tires. So all that stuff kind of went into sort of, you know, we were trying to like figure out exactly like what the top speed would be at what RPM when you spin the pinion on the Nitro engine, right? So we were doing all the math because we wanted to figure out whether or not this was a total fluke or not. We went to a field, basically. Actually, we can kind of see this kind of stuff because I have it all here. Yeah, like I didn't show it all because at the end there, I was like rushing really hard to like get it all out on time, you know? So like we finally got it running, and we finally got it running because we swapped carbs. So the carb that was actually on the motor that was sent to us by Gear Guy wasn't a brand new carb, and I don't know why I didn't know that. I just didn't know that at the time. So this was an old carb, and I kind of think that if I knew that this had been on an older Nitro engine and had been through a bunch of gallons of nitro fuel, I would have thought it was more sus, you know? Like the problem with having a total lack of experience with something is that like when you follow the rules somebody lays out for a noob, right? And they don't work, and you keep going back, you're like, okay, going back, reset the needles all the way to factory stock, you know? And then you're like, we could richen it up a little bit. We could open up the idle, the hole for the idle, right? Because like, depending on how that slides open, you know, you want to let in a bit of air, right? So you're letting in a bit of air, and you know, when you're stock factory needles, you keep that open a little bit more. So we were trying all this stuff, but what was happening was the carb was like wildly changing its tune. Just like with no adjustment, it would just all of a sudden it would just like take off to the moon. Like RPM would shoot up, and then other times it would go down. Sometimes air bubbles would go like back through the, you know, the fuel line, and you could see them like create themselves, and then like, you know what I mean? So there was just like a whole bunch of issues with this carb, and I think the problem is that there's a bunch of let's see here, we can check it out. Camera two. All right, camera freaking 2. Let's see, maybe we can zoom in a bit. This camera should do like really nice macro, even though I'm not really that close. Yeah, so there's some like scoring there's some like damn scoring on that slide. I'll show you the slide. So when you give it throttle and give it the beans, this opens up. That little like needle in the center there that you see in the center, that's your like idle mixture screw. It seats itself inside there, right? And you turn that screw, and that screw kind of like backs itself away from just like a little hole on this side. And so that's your idle adjusting screw. This one not only adjusts all the fuel that goes into the carb, but it also adjusts when you open the throttle. Like there's like another passageway there that I'm assuming that all the fuel dumps, because like once you start giving it mid to high throttle, you start dumping more fuel from this needle. But this needle also still controls the low needle, or how much fuel gets to the low needle. So there's like a whole bunch of stuff. It's kind of a balancing act, I would say. It's a very, very like fine balancing act. But if you had like a fresh motor or like freshly broken in engine, it's easy to get it idling, and then you can kind of feel it out. It's like it's easier. It's easier. Then there's like a whole other freaking thing with like the experience that I have. I have a lot of experience tuning carbs for gasoline, right? So gasoline carbs, like there's a certain thing you hear. Not only can you hear it, but like you can feel it in the throttle. Like you just know there's a whole pile of experience there that I've accrued from just like dealing with gasoline carburetors. But gasoline does not make its own oxygen, right? And I kind of feel like we were laughing about how much fuel we were dumping into the carb, and then you would like hit it and it would just go. And we're like, how did that not flood the engine? Obviously it just doesn't, because it gets most of its oxygen, right, from the fuel, or at least a percentage of it. Anyway, I feel like I'm just like diarrheaing out my mouth. So maybe we should like, here, I'll switch this so you guys don't see my ugly face. And now you're gonna see it over there. Let's see here the comments, man. So TJ is saying, was 71 satire. Man, I went on a crazy tangent there. We were leaning out the engine because the gearing was not right. We weren't getting it into third gear. We were stuck in second gear, and we couldn't get it into third gear. So I was just like, man, just for the show, right? Because like we're trying to make a video about a challenge for a month. I'm like, just for the show, Mark, man, start leaning out that carb. Like start leaning out the high needle. And let's see how high we can get this thing to rev before it explodes. Let's just do that. And so we were doing it, but Mark P was being conservative. He was going very little bit at a time, And hold on, I'm gonna make sure that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so he was doing a very little bit at a time. So he was being very safe with it. It was getting there, and you could hear some of the passes that I did cut out of order. So everyone's like, oh, it was lean from the start. But really, like I was just trying to get the shots that I had to make sense in some kind of story. Anyway, we were trying. And the tank ran out of fuel on a pass. So we were already kind of sputtering at the top, highest RPM it would go. And it just like totally sucked the tank dry. And when it did that, Mark was still pinned, and it just took off. And I wasn't shooting at the time. We had been there for 8 hours, and I was trying to teach like Nash. When Nash is shooting, he's just shooting all the time. Like he's just like holding the like camera right here for like 25 minutes. And I was like, Nash, man, like when you do that, I got to go through that 20 minutes. And I got to like, it ends up taking, 20 minutes or maybe 15 minutes if I do it time and a half, watching it time and a half speed, which us editors do all the time. By the way, we watch things double time because like saves a whole ton of time, especially when you got 25-minute long clips. So Nash actually like turned the camera. He like turned the camera off. He like put it down, and Mark's like hitting the rip in it. And all of a sudden it just goes, it like squats. It squats on power. All of a sudden it just goes, it like the sound goes so much higher, and it squats and it just like kicks forward. And then it locked up. And because it's a clutch, right? It just coasted, right? It just coasted slower and slower. And we, you had brakes still. And we just didn't think anything of it. I was just like, great, we're done. We're done for the day. Nash was happy about it because we'd been there for like 8 hours, and that dude's got to work and he's got to eat before he sleeps and all this stuff. Like I had to get him home, and we were just like, okay, it's done. And everything was great. And I didn't even care about the speed because we knew how like slow it had been. you know, for all the other passes, which was like 30, 35 miles an hour or something, I think is the fastest that we got it. Where it was like where I was consistently checking or whatever. And then so I just like the video clip that's there of me looking at that 71. That was me like looking at the 71. Like I saw that 71 and I was like, maybe this is too loud over here. Oh no, you can't hear. Oh yeah, you can kind of hear. Oh, and heads up, like when it did go super lean, we also think that it had the torque from that massive amount of energy through the transmission. We think that at that point it had also switched into third gear. We got it to switch into third gear maybe 2 or 3 times, and it had a massive increase in just speed. Massive, like 10-15% from second gear, you know, but that's like quite a bit. So yeah, I don't know, man. It was a very strange day. We weren't there to win. We were just there to make it work. And I feel like I would have captured it more if it had been working consistently for longer, you know? And then the fact that it was a 71, it was just like, man, it's like clickbaity. Although to be fair, I've never really been like, hey, it's always been like it's 71, but it's like a skeptical 71. I've never ever claimed that 71 was a real thing. And in fact, told Josh and told Scale Builders Guild the same thing. It's like there's no way. It would have to rev. Okay, so this is funny. It would have to rev to 80,000 RPM to get to 71 miles per hour. So one, possibly physically impossible for that little motor to suck that air. I don't think the volume, like I don't think that as an air pump, it might hit a wall at a certain amount of RPM. Just the physics of the volume and how much air you can get through the whole pump. You know what I mean? Whether that's even through the pipe, through whatever restriction it would be. There's definitely some like I'm not a freaking fluid dynamics engineer by any means, but I kind of have a feeling that I should drink more beer. I have a feeling that there's a limit there, and there's a limit there. Although people are mentioning that the limit is 35K, and the limit of 35K, that's not the limit. That's the factory. That's what that's what LRP's limit is. They're saying that probably at higher RPM, you're going to have issues with maybe the materials that they're using. These are fairly cheap nitro engines. And maybe that's the reason that they're rated so low. But I'm thinking maybe 50K, maybe 50,000 RPM when we were really leaning it out, and even maybe consistent passes. I'm thinking that's a possible number. And for the damage that happened to the engine, well, obviously it leaned out and it no longer had lubrication on the conrod bearing at the bottom. And that's basically got really hot right in that spot, and the aluminum just turned to powder, basically. Well, not powder, it turned crumbly, you know, from the heat. But anyway, I don't know. I'm talking a little bit out my butt, so I want you guys to understand that I don't have a lot of experience with nitro. Like I've had nitros in the past, you know. I've had nitros. Well, I've had one nitro in the past, and to be fair, I don't know if I tuned it that well, and it did die in a spectacular way. So I don't know. Maybe just nitros for me are gonna all die in a spectacular way. I don't know. And maybe that's cool. Maybe that's something fun to watch. Although some people were pissed. Some people were like, you couldn't hear it was lean. I was like, oh, no, we were trying to lean it out. Like we were at the top of how fast we could go. We were at this point, it was like the only way to make this car faster is by increasing the RPM of the engine. Like that's the only way. We're at the limit, and the third gear is just a clapped out. It's a clapped out Savage. I bought a clapped out Savage, and that's the running gear in this thing. You know, I think I spent $130 on a Savage with a 3-speed, and I'm pretty sure that freaking spur gear is like doing this on that transmission. So it's I gotta go to the comments. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like cheers to beers. What's up? Left the road, man. Hope you're still here. What's up, Miles Hill? 5B gang, man. Yeah, look, check it out. It's in the back there. You can kind of see it there. I'm painting it like it's actually being masked tonight, and I'll be painting it tomorrow. So we're going to be ready to rip on Saturday, I believe, is the day that Scale Builders Guild and I are going to hit it, I think. Let's see here. No worries, man. Oh, sweet. I think I'm really behind on comments. I'm sorry, guys. We tried our best. Mark P's here, man. Thanks a lot, Mark P, for helping out. He is the resident Nitro expert on the channel. And I kind of feel like without him, I wouldn't have got this thing running at all. Even if it was like kind of luck, it's kind of funny. I put his carb on the engine, and right when I did that, it started to idle, and I could kind of drive it around. And that's when Mark P came. He showed up to help. And we were joking how it was like he was just like a lucky charm. Like he just had to show up, and it just started idling like nothing. But there's just something about having that experience or whatever.
That was third.
Yeah, so you can hear us talking about it. It's actually kind of. You see, it's not that. I actually might be stuck in first gear. We're having so many problems. Oh, there's two. No, it's just so slow. It's just so slow. We'll get it faster. No, it was the GPS made a mistake. It made a mistake. I mean, there's just no way. There's no way. Even if it hit 80,000 RPM, we've got a centrifugal clutch. You got a clutch that the whole point of it is to slip. It's gonna slip. It's gonna slip. So there's no way, because even that would mean 80,000 RPM after clutch slip, and at that kind of speed, I don't know. There might be even a wall there. Like there might even be a wall with like you're not going to get this thing go faster because the wind resistance is going to get the resistance of air is going to get to a point where you're going to slip the clutch before you're going to push through that wall of air. Which I don't think we ever saw. I would say that the guys that are like Harley and Josh, or Josh and Matt, are reaching that wall for sure. There's like a wall of air that you have to kind of get through, which is interesting. Yes, thanks a lot, TJ. No, we'll it's doing really well, so I'm assuming that like we should probably revive it and do something cool with it. So we'll do it. Yeah. So like, I mean, I don't have like, let's be real. It's not like, I don't have the I don't have the like money just to like throw down on it on like a nitro engine, like a race engine, which are like $580 US or whatever the hell they are. Jeez. Yeah. I mean, I've been looking. I'm thinking, Derek, what I'm thinking. All right. Like, I'll tell you guys my plan. Why not? 60 dudes watching. Don't forget to thumbs up. My plan is to get the biggest clutch pinion I can, and the smallest spur gear that I can. And there are electric conversions for the older style Bajas, or like the ones that have the 3-speed transmissions. And the electric conversions have much more. You can buy electric conversion pinions that are like much smaller than you would be able to, or at least you'd want for a nitro, because I'm assuming that it would be pretty laggy in the bottom end. But you can get 44 tooth spur gears. So we're gonna get the biggest gear count we can on the clutch, and then we're gonna get the smallest spur gear on the transmission. So we're gonna change that ratio. That's the first thing we're going to do, because I feel like that's the first thing that's like the easiest thing to do and the most possible thing to do. The next thing to do is to try to find the HPI taller third gear. So like HPI actually makes a taller third gear for the 3-speed Savage transmission. And it's apparently supposed to make it quite a bit faster. Because the 3-speed's a bit of a scam. I'm not maybe not a scam, but Yeah, no, the marketing that they used for the 3-speed is a little bit deceiving because it says that it gives it 10% higher top speed than the stock 2-speed. But that's not true if you do the math. Second gear is 10% faster, but third gear is actually pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same top end. Somebody was doing the math when we were trying to figure out how to figure out the freaking ratio of the damn transmit. Like, I've been through a bunch of forums, but thank God they still exist because there's a whole bunch of stuff from like 2012, back when it was organized in forums, and it was like people would tell people to freaking use the search option, you know, and nobody would get mad. The original Pilsner. Let's see here. Nitro Engine Funds. Thanks a lot, Zane, man. Much appreciated, buddy. Cheers to beers, buddy. We're gonna do it. It's gonna happen. Mark's gonna help out a little bit with it, and we're gonna like. Oh wait, where's Skill Builder's Guild? Did I miss him? Scale Addiction, man. What's up, buddy? Hope you're having a good Tuesday. If you guys aren't following Scale Addiction, you're into like 3D printed super scale RC stuff, check out Scale Addiction for sure. We collaborated together on a couple of projects, and they came out super great. And then all the stuff that he does is incredible. So check him out. I missed him. I was talking. Oh, they're a bigger motor. No, okay. So Scale Builders Guild, man. Misnomer, misconception right here. Although maybe not misconception. Think about it. All right, so what's the red line on an LS? You know, maybe it's not a displacement thing though, or like maybe it's not because maybe it's not a displacement thing. It's more of a like V of 8 pistons that creates the limit on the RPM there. I don't know, but no, the bigger the motor, the more torque and mid to low torque. Which is great for nitro, right? Because you kind of, with a nitro car, you don't want to live in the top RPM. It's not like electric where you just like pin it and then it's like whatever happens, man. Nitro's weird. It's like kind of weirdly fickle. You kind of have to like, you give it a bit of gas, like you're on 3/4 throttle, then you're off. You're on 3/4 throttle, and you're off. Like it's just like wavy thing. Because otherwise, you know, you end up leaning out the engine, and then things happen. Like you end up starving the crank, the journal, the bearing that the crank and the conrod sit on there has an oil passage, and the minute you really start leaning it out, there's a whole bunch of heat there. But some dudes, man, heads up, some dudes, man, in the comments, dudes, I'm telling you, I got like the best people that watch kpopRC because they're commenting, telling me like, oh, you know what we do with our LRP engines? We drill the oil passages bigger. I was like, oh. Oh shit, you guys drill your oil passages. That's freaking smart. I mean, man, why didn't I think of that? You know, such a simple thing. It's just a copper sleeve and aluminum. Like you could do it by hand. You could do it freehand, man. You could. It's easy. RC Garage, man. What's up, buddy? Thanks a lot. Oh yeah, the verse shout outs. Dudes, scale as shit. Hashtag is up and running today, so we're gonna do like a full out sass at the end, and I got a whole bunch of beer, so it should be good. Should be good to go. I'm drinking, by the way, more beers. Let's see here. Nitro is let's see here. Williamson dropping some knowledge. Sure is based on the DNA of a woman. As men will get close to mastering them, they will always never be fully understood. Yeah, true. I don't know. You know what it is though? It's like maybe the analogy can go further. It's like when it's no, I can't say it. It's too I'll get canceled or something, man. I was gonna say it was like if it's a damaged woman, like a damaged carb, and you just don't know. You're like, what am I doing wrong, man? What am I doing wrong? But really, you're not doing anything wrong, man. I mean, as long as you're being nice, man. Come on. Obviously don't be it. I mean, I tap that. What? Canceled. Let's see here. Nitro is not good for top speed runs. Totally. Although RC Racing Legends, maybe because at the time there were no brushless options, but like I grew up with RC Radio Control Action magazine, you know? And like there were just like articles. I feel like every year they would do a massive article about Nitro top speed RC cars. And there's some like crazy bullet ones with 4 Nitro engines running like 2 pinions, 4-wheel drives. The guys were making like carbon fiber rims. You know, they were like casting them all like Paley styles, Patey styles. If you guys know what I'm talking about, if you know, you know. Let's see here. That setup was for an MT and turns, bigger tires. You will need to change the gearing. No, Curtis. Yeah, we're talking about that. Yeah. I mean, I might be like totally back on the comments here, but yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're looking for much higher tooth count on the clutch bell there, and then I found a company that makes 44 tooth spurs. So that's gonna increase that ratio by quite a bit, which is gonna be great. And then if I can find the high-speed third gear, it's hard to find, man. I'm gonna have to scour the Savage Facebook groups to find one, but there's a taller third gear. So that's the plan. That's where we're gonna start. And if that doesn't get us where we are gonna want to get to, then I'll just, you know, maybe I just remove this, get a high kV 8-scale motor, and then just like hit it with actual 80,000 RPM. I don't know. That might happen just for like science. That might happen just for freaking science. I don't know. But I should show you guys. I have all the parts here, and I'm like, we haven't really even like. Hold on, they're in this bag. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see what the hell's going on a little bit. Curtis, I'm going to close your comment. LGRC is telling me to drink more beer, and will. Cheers, man. Cheers to beers, boys. My guy. All right, my guy. LGRC. Let's see here. Derek's Garage. Have you experimented with nitro and oil percentages? No, because maybe it's a COVID thing. I'm not sure. But it seems like there's not a lot of choice up here in Canada. And I don't know if that's because of like the ground shipping, because I don't think you can actually ship the nitro fuel by plane. Let me know in the comments if that's a total misnomer, because I kind of feel like that can't be right. That can't be right. I mean, it is nitromethane. Like, what can you do with nitromethane gas in terms of, you know, maybe I should stop talking. Oh, that happened. Oh, I should focus it so you guys can see what's up. Maybe I'll zoom in a bit more. Here we go. Oh, snap. There it is. Yeah, so it's banana shaped. The only reason it's banana shaped is because this guy let go. And the only reason that guy let go is because that little hole right there, that's where the oil goes. And we were running it so lean that no oil was making it to this. And even if this thing was revving at like, even like conservatively, like 20,000 RPM or whatever, this is going to get really hot really fast. And it just like basically made the, let's see if maybe we can focus it a bit better in the macro. Oh, it's razor thin. And you can see I should cut my nails, gross nails. It kind of got all like, I guess it got hot enough to sort of like change the properties of the aluminum, and it kind of got brittle in a weird way. And then it let go. And when it let go, the crank kept rotating, right? The crank kept rotating, and it just caught right there, and that's what bent it. But what's crazy is like, think about how much energy it would take to like do that. That's a lot. And like it's a friction clutch, right? So none of what happened here is a result of any of the momentum or the stored energy in the, you know what I mean? Like it's coasting really fast and this happens. None of that energy from the wheels made this happen. This is just strictly from the inertia of the flywheel that did this, I think. I don't know. Maybe that's something you could argue. Because maybe when the clutch is actually engaged, maybe it's solid and there is some like, maybe the engine does feel some like, I don't know, input from the wheels. Like if you were to hit the brakes, for example, and that clutch is still engaged because the RPM of the motor is still high, right? So yeah, can you downshift a nitro? You know, what do you guys think? I don't know. I'm talking out my butt. It's the beer. It's the freaking beer. So cheers to beers, boys. Hopefully you guys got some cold beverage to drink. Yeah, let's see here. What are you saying? We have shitty choices available for fuel, mostly Trax as fuel. There you go. Mark P knows. Yeah, we have like lower percent. We don't have any high percentage nitro fuels in Canada, really. I think 20. I've only seen 20% nitro. I've never seen any higher than that. Oh, interesting. So okay, so that makes sense. That makes. Oh, of course. You know, makes sense, right? I mean, if you mistakenly ran it till the tank was empty, there was no lubrication for all the internals. There you go. And then obviously, like, let go where the most stress was, I guess. Think about it. This is me. Oh, for Wes. If you're watching, I don't know. Is this a thing? Is that a thing? Shocked that it didn't do more damage. Yeah, right. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not that bad. We were talking. It's so funny. The nitro guys are all the freaking same. The nitro guys are all the same. Maybe because it's like pricier. Like the cost of entry might be the same, but like what you have to do to keep it going might end up being more. Is that what, even if you had to buy new batteries? I don't know, because do you know how many people are like, oh yeah, no, that sleeve's good, man. Just run it. And then I'm pretty sure even like a couple of dudes, Mark, you were telling me you were just like, no, man, just file it and run it, man. Run the piston. Who cares, man? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just get the rod. You know, I don't know. Run it, right? I don't know. We've got a whole other engine here. So this is the engine that actually came on the Savage that I bought, and it is 100% locked up. But it's only locked up because it sat for 6 years, you know. So it had after run oil put in it. It's just gummed up. It got gummed up. It's what happens to nitros when you put them in your closet for a few years. They just get all gummed up. So this needs to be kind of disassembled a little bit and then soaked. Some guys say WD-40. Apparently, no. Mark says CLR, which is interesting, and I will try it. Another dude say rubbing alcohol, right? Or like, there's a bunch of other more caustic things that people say to use, but like, yeah. So I'm thinking we'll just do CLR because it's like easy to get. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so this one should be good. Like if you look, maybe I don't know if you can see. It doesn't seem like this is this engine's in bad shape. So we do have one that can be revived, and when it's revived, we can throw it in and we can get the same crappy results that we got on the Mayhem, on the first few Mayhem runs. So yeah, no. Before we do another run with this thing, we need to figure out a better gearing and maybe do more math. You know, maybe do the maths. Damn. Remember that time that math teacher? You're like in grade 10 math, and you're like, hey, when is this ever going to help me? God. God damn it. All right, Mrs. Bortolato, you got me. I'm drinking beer. You got me. MK6, man, what's up, buddy? Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Let's see here. Reaper of Zombies. A good gum lube has always worked for me. Okay, gun lube. Okay, cool. So it's the same stuff. I have some here. I would bet you, Reaper, that like the stuff that your gun lube is probably the same as most after run oils. And the same as sewing machine oil. I bet you it's all the same stuff. It's probably all the same stuff. There's probably only like, I don't know, oil's probably a scam. Like, not just in general, just like the differences between the oils might be a scam. There might be only like 5 or 6 different types of oils, and then all the companies buy them, and then they like put stickers on it or something. Stroked. Oh shoot, maybe. Oh no, okay, we're good. Mod and grind them all the time. Replace the rod and bash it. See, Chuck knows. Chuck knows. I love the Nitro guys, man. The Nitro guys are the best. I mean, there's a couple of them that are just like, they get really sad when you like blow up a motor on purpose. But you know, we got a YouTube channel. Like, what do you want? There's gonna be destruction. Like, I'm gonna be really freaking disappointed if I don't see like SHIT on the bottom of this thing on a run, man. Like, if this thing doesn't like take off, you know, like totally flip over and tumble into a million freaking pieces, or if it doesn't hit a curb and just totally destroy itself, I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna be disappointed. I mean, is that fair? That's fair. I feel like that's a thing. That's a fair. Let's see here. Wait, where are we? Oh no, I can't use this one. We'll do this. There we go. This is the yeah. So this is basically the whole project in 3D. It was a pain in the ass. I shouldn't have done this. This was a huge mistake. I'll tell you what I should have done. All right, what I should have done for Mayhem is I should have made all the aero out of foam core. Yeah, forget carbon fiber. Like what? No, you figure out like how to cut layers of foam core like you would an architectural model to make your aero. It would be super light. If you damage it, it's easy to replace. And it would also act as a incredible bumper, or like, you know what I mean? Not, you know, like why did I 3D print? I 3D printed all these parts. It took days. It took weeks. The crappy thing I would say about Monthly Mayhem was that it was a rush to the end, and it's just crappy for me because I wish I had more time to like kind of fiddle with it. But it makes sense because that's the competition. So, man, you know, just spit on it. Just before you stick it, whatever, before you stick it in or whatever. It's here. Yes, Racing Legends. I just don't want to waste. I just don't want to wait. I don't even think I have that much nitro fuel left. I just don't want to waste the nitro fuel if you can do the same thing with like 99% isopropyl, or, you know, see some other kind of caustic kind of degreaser. Marvel Mystery Oil. Miniature Speed Shop, man. Thank you. Much appreciated, man. I like the thing for me was I was trying to figure out how to make like a truck style body look good, and I was like, well, what racing motorsports do they have these like large trucks? And of course it was like the salt flats high speed runs, man. There's lots of guys that run trucks, like semi-style trucks, diesel trucks. And so I was kind of going, that's the kind of thing I was going for, like jet truck, salt truck. I mean, it's, you know, I was talking about it. Air to oil. I'm telling you, it's the same oil. It's got to be the same oil. It's probably the same thickness. Derek, man, blow that shit up. I'm telling you, man, blow it up. Let's do it. Come to the dark side, turn it to electric. I will. You know, it's funny. The thing about this is that it's like, yeah, of course. That's where my brain goes. But I don't know. There's just something like, look at, okay, I'm going to just like, oh God, no, I need that. Hold on. Check this out. Cause yeah. All right. This little son of a bee right here, this little thing was going up and down. And that transfer of energy, just like think of like all of it was a little explosion this small, was pushing this thing. I don't even care if we're going slow. Like there's just something like way cooler about this. Yeah. I feel like I'm the kind of guy that, like, when everybody adopts electric vehicles, you know, the guy that's like, remember gasoline, remember pistons, they're pistons. I don't know. I just think it's like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy. It's like a pencil, or it's like a penny sized piston. It's moving that thing at that speed. There's just something about it, man. There's just something about it. I'm just like, what's up? Antonio, man, thanks a lot for the 10 bones, man. Much appreciated, buddy. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Antonio, I'm going to do Tall Can Tuesday segment, Cars of Tall Can Tuesday, and I'll show some of your photos because you've been like moving around some pretty cool freaking cars. Or 713 Ace 529. What's up, man? Yeah, let's see here. Miniature speed shop. I get it. I'm not into gas cars, but I get it. Yeah, totally. I'm not either. Like I'm not like, I mean, I have electric. It's not like, I don't think it's one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Miniature speed shop. It can't be. I'd be kind of really sad if it was one or the other. Oh yeah, that smells like Nitro. Yeah. Plus Nitro smells good. I don't know what it is about Nitro that smells so good. What do they do? What do they do? I wonder what it tastes like. Just kidding. Not happening. Yeah, let's see here. Chuck. Electric is easier. Electric is like, it's so easy and awesome. That's what makes it so great. Just no, yeah. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. But I'm not converting by any means. I'm still going to have 99% of my fleet's going to be electric. It's just like maybe this one's going to be Nitro for a little bit. Not true. I do have a Savage that I might get Mark P to help me like put back together. And then we're going to run Savages. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Erectile dysfunction. Oh, yeah. True. It really, it didn't have an easy life. And I don't think, oh crap. What am I doing again? It's the beer. It's the beer. What was I going to say? Yeah, I just fucking freaking lost my train of thought there. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Ah! Doesn't matter. Make your own fuel, K-pop. Yes, I'll buy a whole bunch of fertilizer. We'll buy a whole bunch of fertilizer. And then, yeah, I'm going to get arrested by the FBI. Let's see what happens. Like it smells delicious. All right. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's almost like, oh man, what smells really good? Oh no, there's stuff. Oh my God. Loctite. Damn it, Loctite, man. Why do I want double bubble now? Not double bubble. That's Pepto-Bismol. Hubba Bubba. Why do I want Hubba Bubba now? Loctite? What are you doing to us? The rush was a challenge, but had some more than other. Who cares? Yeah. No, I know. LGRC though, like I have a full-time job, just like Scale Builders Guild's got a full-time job, you know. So you gotta like there's 40, like there's, you know, a 40-hour week in there. You can't do anything. So it just becomes like you need to work 40 hours a week on Monthly Mayhem. So it's 80-hour weeks. You're not sleeping. Like I'm still recovering. I'm still like pretty in pretty rough shape for sure from that. From just like, dudes, man, like editing that whole, like I wish I had another 5 days. It would have been way more polished edit, but like I cut an hour-long episode in like 4 days, and I was working at the same time, and I had to shoot. Dudes, I was like shooting at work. Like I had a full shoot that I had to be in for on Tuesday. Oh, no, on Wednesday, the day before. Anyway, whatever. We could talk about it all the time. I'm into it. I'll still do it. I would still put myself through that pain. It was incredibly fun. It was a really, really good challenge. And I would put myself in that pain all the time. Maybe working under pressure, you know, creates things, and you start to realize that maybe you don't need more than 4 days to cut an hour-long show. Wait, we should get to other things. There's 70 dudes watching. Check it out, guys. We got a freaking awesome thing to like look at, man. Look at this. So this is Reefs RC 5th scale servo. These aren't, well, these aren't, you know, these are crazy. These are crazy, especially at 8.4 volts. I'm not going to be running it at 8.4 volts. It might actually be really, really overkill for the Baja, the buggy Baja, because it's so light up front with those buggies. The whole front end is very light. It's very back heavy, the Bajas. But specifically for crack-in cars, for low C 5s, like racing low C 5s, this has got some serious ounces, man. Like this thing is pulling some serious weight. 1,080 ounces at 8.4 volts. 1,080 ounces. She big. She big. Anyway, big shout out goes to Reefs RC. I left links in there, links in the description if you guys want to check out what they do. They're selling some pretty like high end, some really high end servos, but also some like budget ones too. So like if depending on your budget, it doesn't matter. You could go visit reefsrc.com and check out what they're doing. What do I got? I got my freaking high-tech radio, which I converted to run 18650 cells because I hated the stock battery. This is already a discontinued radio, but it also came with, well, it didn't come with, I bought this Proton 4 receiver. And this thing actually has GPS built in. So you can see it has a GPS. So it'll actually tell you the speed on your radio. And it also does RPM and it also does temperature. So when we do revive this thing, it is not a Spectrum. It won't be Spectrum controlled anymore. And we'll probably remove the ABC and go for more of a Josh route and use kind of a drift. Maybe we'll use like a Yokomo version 4 gyro with this. We're gonna try some other stuff because I would love. Not only would I love to have the RPM signal and the RPM of the maybe not the pinion, but the spur. We could get an RPM of the spur, and we could also get the temperature of the Nitro engine while we're doing runs. So I feel like this is going to be clutch for the the Phoenix revival when we do end up getting this thing running again. We are kind of getting into winter, although Nitro loves cold air, so it might be a good time. Also, curbs are covered with snow at some point, so maybe that will either be a really awesome ramp into oblivion or a soft bumper of some kind. Fudge, I don't know. Anyway, so we've got this. So we're going to test this servo out because why the hell not? It's Tuesday. What else do I got? I got something else here. I also have this Dave's Discount Motors nickel metal hydride pack. It is 5,000 milliamp hours. We always go with this for our Bajas, our gasoline Bajas, because these are low maintenance. God, what I know, I love lipos. I love how the voltage stays pretty much flat until it dies and it kind of starts to dip. I love that. Super useful for a lot of things. But when you have a Baja and you want to put this in your receiver battery and you just like leave it in there in the garage with a full gas tank for 4 months, these things come back. You know what I'm saying? These things come back. Like you can charge these things. They do die eventually, but they're just, I don't know. I don't have to worry. I don't have to put this in a lipo bag to charge it. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about this burning my house down as much. As much, man. I'm not going to charge it at 5 amps either. So let's see here. Winter's good for turbo. I know. Oh, I know all about winter and turbos. God, I love my Subi. RPM of the flywheel. We will do. Oh, we can try, Mark. What I'd have to buy is, you can actually buy, there's 2 different sensors that work with the RPM signal for this receiver. One is like an optical sensor. So you could just like take a Sharpie and draw like a really dark line on the flywheel and hopefully it'll catch it every time it goes around. And then there's another one that's mechanical. Oh man, I don't know. I can't remember. There's another one that does it in a different way. Someone in the comments has got to know. High-tech has 2 different RPM. There are for airplanes. They use them for airplanes. Yeah. Oh, No Limit RC. Dude, man, No Limit. All right. Do it. Send it, man. No Limit. Let me know. I'll pay for shipping. If you're willing to do that, man, let's do it. Let's go. No Limit RC coming in clutch. No Limit RC. All right. No Limit RC. If you send this thing to me, we'll talk about it. I'll bring you on the show. We'll talk about the engine and why it's a Frankenstein motor or what you did to it to make it a Frankenstein motor. That kind of stuff. We could, I don't know. If you're into it, let's do it. Best place, No Limit RC. Are you on Instagram? If you're on Instagram, then that's probably the best way to get in touch with me. Are you on Instagram so I can like bug your ass about it? Because I don't know. Let's see here. I had a glow igniter short out in my pocket. Oh no. You know what? Curtis, man, at least it was only like 3 volts, right? Like what are those things rated at? Like they're 3 volts, right? Because it's like a single nickel metal hydride cell, right? It's maybe even 2.10 volts or something. It probably got super hot though. Did it catch your how's it? Did it scar your leg? I bet you. Oh no, Chuck, man, or Curtis. Yeah, no, I mean, it probably could take it. It does get hot. No, I don't know. No, like 2 amps. Why not? It's fine. The thing with these and the thing with the gas Bajas, dudes, is that you charge this once, you're good for like 4 hours of driving. You're gonna break the car before you run out of juice. Let's see here. Cheers. Yeah, OCCRC. No worries, man. It's been a good show. Glad to see you here. Call them hot pockets. 1 and 2. It's funny. Hot pockets. Just drink more beer. We're drinking more beer. Hopefully you guys have a cold beverage. 72 guys watching. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with kpopRC. We got stuff happening here. But damn it, I turned off my camera. Here, we'll do this. No, 7, 6. I'm gonna turn it on. You're gonna watch me come over here. Yeah. Although I don't know. Fudge. Yeah, camera 6. There we go. No, it turned off. This is battery depleted. Damn it. I actually have a USB. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's just a shot the other way. It's just a shot the other way. What am I doing? What am I doing? This is real. Oh, man. I don't know if you guys know what that's from, but funny 80s movie. All right, let's see here. Drink, bro. Oh, Mark P's telling me to drink beer. I will. We need to open this. This is what we need to do. Let's do that. Camera 2. All right, so let's look at the stats here on this Reefs RC. So Reef has like an incredible amount of servos to choose from. But yeah, we're gonna look. You can see all of the freaking craziness here. I would say the voltage from 4.8 to 8.4 is so it's a high voltage servo, and then you can see the torque. You can see the torque and the speed. We're going to be running at 6 volts because we really don't need more than this. The speed is kind of nice though when you up the voltage, like a little bit. It would be nice at 8.4 to see this thing move at 0.08 of a second or whatever. But I kind of feel like this is going to be fine. The thing with Bajas is that you're steering with the power. It's a rear-wheel drive vehicle. So, you're using the steering to influence the weight and where the weight is. But once you understand that and you get where the weight transfers and where the weight shift is, and as it's driving, if you start to bank and it starts to lean on one side, you can kind of figure out what to do with the throttle to get it to end the steering to kind of snap it. You can snap it both ways. That's the way you drive these cars. So it'll be interesting to see how awesome these are. Because this is going to be definitely faster than what we're used to, and that's going to be great. That's going to be great. Maybe one day we end up putting 2S through this thing. My receiver will handle it. I can put 30 volts to this thing, and it'll be fine. It's just whether or not the throttle servo will. We will find out. We will find out, dudes. We'll find out. But that's sick. Let's open it up. I got let's see here. We got, man, it's a mess already. How does this always happen to me? It's like, how does the bench? Is this happen to you, dudes? We're like I've been here for like freaking no time. Like, how did this? Oh, maybe I should start putting stuff away. Let's put this piston away. No, you guys didn't come here to watch me clean my table. God, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? All right. Here we can also, I think there's a, oh yeah, there we go. Nice, so you can see my face. My face. All right, let's open it. All right, come on. Oh, there it is. Oh boy, it is all aluminum. This thing is made completely out of aluminum. Will I be able to remove it from the box? Oh, yes, we got it. Oh, I wish you could feel the temperature of this thing. This thing is cold to the touch. This thing, yeah, this is 100% CNC milled servo. Nothing about this that I can see is plastic. It looks like it's got an incredibly aggressive freaking servo tooth count there. What is the servo tooth count? Because I don't think I've ever seen that before. Does it say? 7-point seals. Oh my God. All right. I didn't mention this, but it apparently is using submarine waterproof 7-point seals. Like, is it actually using like hydraulic seals? Because that would be just absolutely epic. Some kind of magnetic angle sensor. Let's see here. No, it's BEC not recommend. Not required, but recommended for max performance. Yeah. So, what do you guys think? So basically, what's happening is I'm going to be running. You know, maybe like, what would this push? Does it say the amps? What's the amperage? Doesn't say. Like, I wonder what it would pull at like max torque in terms of amperage out of these wires, because like we're gonna basically daisy it through the receiver, and that would mean that the positive and negative of this battery share 2 pins along this receiver line here. And what ends up happening is when you start pushing a whole bunch of amperage through this cable into the receiver, through the receiver and into the servo, you're going to create a bunch of heat, especially if the traces that connect the positive and negative wires on your receiver are really tiny. So when those things are really, really freaking tiny and you start pumping like 2 amps of power through them, you're just going to melt the positive and negative traces on your circuit board, on your receiver. So, I mean, I guess the smart thing to do would be to, you know, take the positive and negative of this and go right after the switch for this thing. And then that way, the only thing that goes to here from the receiver is the signal wire. But they would all have to share the same ground. Does that make am I making any sense? Like, I feel like that's really, I explained it in a very, very complicated way. Is that what happens? Is that what I've done? Anyway, let's plug this all together, because like, why not, right? Powered on my receiver, which you can't see. That's fine. So we're just going to power this thing on. So I don't know if you guys know how this works. Like, really, the positive and negative from this battery is shared in this whole system. So you could just plug this positive and negative into all the positive and negatives of your system. None of it has to go through the receiver, but the ground has to share a ground. So the ground has to touch the ground rail on here. So I don't know. Is that something I should do? I wonder. But the way we're going to do it right now is I'm just going to put the battery into the receiver. Just as a heads up, if you guys don't know, most receivers, I don't think I've ever seen one that doesn't. Let me know in the comments if you guys have ever seen a receiver that has a negative that isn't on the outside of the receiver. I've never seen one. So they're all like the negative, the black wire goes to like the edge. And then I feel like that's just like the way it goes. It's never been different. Yeah, boom. So you can see that blue light's on. Let's plug the servo in. Oh, so I'm assuming that like white wire there, I'm assuming that's the signal. So we know that goes on the inside of the receiver. Let's put it into channel 1. Channel 1 obviously being the steering. Ooh. Oh, I don't know. Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, that's funny. It's like there's so much torque. There's so much torque that it's like moving on its own. Look. Oh. It is pretty fast. You can't see because the frame rate of the camera is not showing you how many times it moves, but it actually moves like a full. It actually, the movement is quite good. And I don't even know if I have like endpoints. Well, yeah, I could probably get it to go further. These are digital servos, so you can get the endpoint adjustments further than 100% on some radios. And I'm assuming that this guy can go further than what my radio is spitting out in terms of the pulse width modulation signal. You can give it some more gain on the positive and the negative side. Pretty sure that's how it works. Don't know. Don't freaking quote me on that. Holy moly. God, yeah, that's a beautiful. God, that's beautiful. Yeah. It's too bad you're not going to see it. I kind of wish you could see it. Once we tuck it into the Baja, it's just not going to be around. But maybe we should call the Baja the Beast. I don't know. It's got a 32cc Zenoa 4-bolt engine in it with a massive expansion chamber pipe. It's going to scream. It's not going to be as fast as Scale Builder. If you need a programmer, let me know. Hey, now. Well, maybe. You might have to help me with that, Scale Builders Guild, on Saturday. Grublow slows the rotation of the Earth a little bit. Best servo on the market for the price. Yeah. Oh, wait, overkill? No, overkill. Wait, hold on. What are you guys saying here? I'm missing the comments here. It is 8.4 volts is the max, which is fine because C-dubs, if you got a 2S LiPo, you're not going to want that LiPo to be over 4.2 volts a cell. And if it is, maybe don't run that LiPo. I don't know. And it's going to sag a bit after 8.4 volts. So fresh off the charger, you're going to get 8.4 volts, but like it's going to be like it's going to drop right when you turn that receiver on. Especially with load. You're going to ask some rotation, some torque out of it, and it's going to start dipping that battery because you're going to asking from it for that, it's going to dip the voltage. The amperage is going to the draw is going to dip the voltage. What I'm trying to say. Also, I highly doubt that they made it exactly 8.4 volts. I bet you there's a whole bunch of gray area there. I bet you it'll do 8.6 without too much fuss. Or not. Watch it just melt at 8.4 volts. You have a Crow Below Studios. Much appreciated, buddy. Have a good freaking Tuesday. Hope you have a better Wednesday. Are you kidding me? Yeah. No, I just like spat all over my keyboard. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah. What the thing that gets me? Okay, let's go over here. Scale Builders Guild, because bang. Let me see where I'm at here. Oh no, did I close those windows? There's no way I closed those windows. Yeah. Okay, check this out. Boop. All right. So if you go here and you go like servos, they've got like all the standard size and they've got large scale. So they have a bigger one. They have a Beast 2000, which is crazy. Also not crazy for low Cs, low C5s. So like the thing with low C5s is that they're 4-wheel drive. These are the low C8 scale buggies that were basically enlarged to 5th scale, and they have quite a large racing series in the States and in other places as well, I'm assuming. But the front end has power, and guys are like putting a lot of super heavyweight diff oil in the center diff. So you're getting like, or not, and it starts to burn and the front tires start to lift. And there's so much like centrifugal gyroscopic energy in those front wheels that they just burn out servos. They like burn out servos constantly. Guys are like trying to put dual high torque, dual servo setups, and they all end up fighting each other. And there's like no way to program them properly. And the best way to go is a single servo. And I would say like it would be interesting to see how well these do on a 4-wheel drive off-road 5th scale racing environment. I'm assuming they would do very well. Even just the whole case, like the whole case is aluminum. I'm assuming that the heat dissipation from just being completely made out of aluminum has got to be incredible. But what do I know? It would be great to test out on a low C5, which I do not have. Super sick though. Super sick. Super sick. Let's see here. This is overkill. Best servo on the market for the price. Oh wait, I'm like somehow I went back 2,000. I know. Like what? Like what the hell, man? Yeah, 16 volts. What's 16 volts? Like the 3S? No, more. No, 4S. What's 4S? 4 times 4.2. 8, 16, 16. 4S. Yeah, 4S. No. Yeah, just under 4S? 4S. Could you imagine running your steering servo on 4S? It's gonna like, you could pick up like a horse. Oh, shoot. All right, of course, my radio's got an alarm. My radio's got an alarm, so I can, yeah, I'm not drinking a beer. All right, yeah, here's the, you know, you don't want to see my ugly face. Here's the servo itself. It's great. And it's, oh, I can feel it. And this is only on 6 volts. I'm at the bottom. I'm at the bottom. This isn't even going to get warm. And the great thing is that, like, no sound. Yeah, no sound. This thing's whisper quiet. It's not fighting anything. You can tell it's a good servo when it's not doing anything weird. Although I don't have any. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Oh, yeah. Let's try not to cut my finger off. That would actually be kind of fun to do. Is like rig up some kind of scissors to test like servos. See what you can cut through. I'm not going to screw this down, but we'll put it on just to kind of for effect. Oh, the tolerances, boys. Oh, I don't have to spit on it or anything. All right, wait. All right. Here we go. See how many pounds it could lift. I know totally. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to like figure out how to do that right now. I don't have a rig or anything, but oh yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Like nothing. I'm pushing down on it. I didn't even stop it. I didn't even slow it down. Stupid. All right, yeah, focus. Fuck. There you go. Whatever. It's cool. It's cool. It looks cool. It looks freaking cool. I'm so pumped to put this in. This is going in like tomorrow, and I've got paint that's happening. I don't know. You can't really see. I don't want to give it away. But I guess what I could say about the Baja paint is that it's going to be an homage. It's going to be an homage to an older time of 10 scale buggies. Maybe not so HPI, but influenced, for sure, influenced. It's $100 horn. Oh my god. Yeah, this is big shout out goes to Reefs RC for sending me one of these things. If you guys are looking for, you know, high quality or even budget servos, maybe check out Reefs RC if you're looking to help out, you know, support people who support the guys that you watch. You know, I know there's Reefs RC sends a lot of these things to a lot of content creators that are in this sort of, I want to say niche, but maybe just like this hobby. And I feel like those are the kinds of people that you want to support because they're part of the community. I feel like they are the community in that way. And that's way better than like the Amazon special, you know, that's just like pile up. I mean, maybe the prices are better, but it's not like it's not the community or whatever. That might be. Let's see. What battery am I going to use, Travis? I'm only going to use. I'm only using this battery for the gasoline powered Baja because I really don't need anything else. It's kind of overkill any other way, and this is going to last a few years for me. And I feel like the LiPo is going to last like, I don't know, unless I'm like super anal about keeping it on storage charge. I'm just like not into it. I like the fact that the Baja uses these because you can charge them while they're still in the receiver box. And yeah, it's just a way better, especially in racing. It's like a way better option. I don't know if I'm gonna need the servo to move faster than it already is, because it's already much faster than the high tech that I was using previously. Yes, makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, let's keep moving. We got other stuff to check out. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Maybe bear with me, people. I'm gonna put this back because, you know, I'm gonna lose everything if I don't. I don't find it. I lost my action camera, dudes. Yeah, I lost my Osmo. I don't know where it went. I mean, I have my Osmo Action 2, which is a really, really awesome camera, by the way. But I really miss my my Osmo Action 1. It was a very good camera, and it's gone. I don't know what happened to it. It's been gone for months. I thought maybe I would like stumble on it and like find it again, you know, like, oh, here it is. It fell in this box. But no such luck. Of course, no such luck. Oh, right. I threw this over there. Okay, I'll put this down here. We should talk a little bit more about what Reef sent me, because Reef sent me a whole bunch of stuff. And I just wanted to, like, maybe we just check out what it is, and then we'll do like SAS and stuff. Let's see, what time is it? It's like 11. It's not even that late. Let's see here. What's going on? You'll find it when I already replaced it. 713 Ace 529. I replaced it with camera 6 that's dead right now because I'm just a dummy. I didn't plug it in. I did replace it. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, shoot. No Limit RC. It is kpopRC. It's the same. It's the same name as my YouTube channel. You'll find me. The logo is the same. You'll find me right away. You'll see all the Mayhem stuff. Yeah, kpopRC.com. Which is my first initial 3 letters beginning of my last name. Nothing to do with Korean pop music, by the way. The dudes that are watching that are new here, the nickname has been with me for, I would say, 20 years now. So I started the YouTube channel. Korean pop music wasn't that big. Wasn't that big in North America. And then BTS happened. What? You'll find it when you replace it. Yeah, I know. I hope you know what, Mark, 713 Ace 529. I hope I do, because it would be great. It'd be great to have two options or whatever. Yeah. Right? It's not like it's just gear grease, which is good to have, especially with like a nice resealable like container, because like, you know, you get them with kits, build kits, and you know, it gets all greasy when it's like a tear. It's almost like a ketchup packet from like McDonald's or something. You know, this isn't good. So this is great. So it's gonna be nice to have something that's like easy to reseal and just kind of have with all my other fluids. I need to do a better job organizing my shit so that I have like containers where it's like shock oil and diff grease or whatever. They did send a leather patch, which I might, I may, put somewhere. I don't know where. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. There's this dual JST battery connector. Let's open this up. Let's see what's up. Open this up. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. So it's just like a bridge. So you could plug your battery in here and then plug your ESC in here. And then you've got these, like, I guess, offshoots of the positive and negative from the battery that you can, I'm assuming, wire up anything that would take the high voltage. I'm assuming BEC, a battery eliminating circuit, that would then convert the high voltage going through here into whatever usable voltage you need. It's a good thing to have when you're, when you don't have a soldering iron, or you don't have like the materials to make something like this of your own. I wonder what I would use this for. It's gonna end up going with my battery stuff, and then I'll probably end up using it when I least expect it. These are also really good to have. I don't know what I'm talking about, but all right. He also did send the 5th scale screw kit. So these are all just like larger screws to screw the servo into, its spot on the Baja. and I guess any other sort of like servo tray for 5th scales, which end up using like 3mm size, bolts. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, we're gonna keep moving. We're keeping moving. What else we got? A whole bunch of servo horns, which is always great to have. Sometimes there's like slop bend, like when you use the stock plastic ones, no bueno, man. This is what you need, especially when you buy a high torque servo from Reefs RC. You're gonna need one of these. You're gonna need one of them because like you're gonna end up snapping a plastic one. I don't know. Also servo washer kits, because you got to keep your Reefs RC servos looking super sexy, right? With the 4 screws all like, ooh, countersunk in there, man. Come on, you could get, you can pull a Josh, get a whole bunch of like rainbow titanium servo screws. Yo, this is where it's at. Okay, this is where it's at. Yeah, so that's all the stuff I got from, oh no, there's another thing that's super awesome that I can't wait to actually use. Putting this right back here, and I heard that JST. There we go. We got it. Okay. And then he sent me this awesome thing, and I was always complaining about how I never had provisions to like work on little things on the Baja Ray. When I go out with it on my skateboard, it's like on my back. I just need something that's like a convenience tool, And so he did send this, which is just like a driver that has a whole bunch of bits on the inside, and all the usual, bits that you need. So it's super good to have when you're, like crawling on the trail, crawling on the trail. But just a heads up, this is not a standard size. These are not standard size bits, so they do not fit in your like cordless driver. So this is very much a self-sustained kind of like system that I would you should have. Like this should go in your travel RC kit and or in your freaking back pocket while you're like on the trail. Kind of awesome. I'm into it. I like it. I'm using it. I've already used it a few times. So big shout out goes to Reefs RC. I thought I would just mention. All right, what else are we doing today? Where's my list? Oh, I threw it away, didn't I? I threw it over there. Oh boy, where's the beer? Where's the beer? Mark P. Where were you saying, Mark P? Let's see here. Oh, there it is. Okay, gotta call it. Mark P. Man, have a good night, buddy. See you, man. Oh, there you go. I made one of those for the same. Yeah. Some people don't have that ability. I mean, we were actually kind of talking about how the whole like hobby grade RC market's kind of changing in a weird way, where a lot of manufacturers are not selling like kits, and so there's like a big RTR market now, and I kind of feel like that's kind of where stuff like this comes really handy for a lot of people, because then it's like you don't have to invest $50-$60 on a soldering station. You don't need to invest the time it takes to understand the skills to make this happen. Some people just want to rip an RC car, and I totally understand, and that's an awesome thing to do. But I feel like I got into the hobby for more of the like mechanical side of it, and like learning the things to, I don't know, maybe just wanted to be an engineer, and this is just an easier way to do it. Fumble through it with bro science. You know what I'm saying? Delicious. Okay, we should do SAS. We're gonna do SAS. And then maybe we'll call it. I'm going to see what's on my list, because I did write a list. I just Reefs, Nitro Mayhem. All right, I wrote No Limit RC. So I'm going to bug you about that motor, No Limit RC. That would be really cool. And then, maybe what I'll do is, what I should do is like, anybody who sends me anything for the Nitro project, I'll put their logo on the car. So No Limit, man. If you send me this motor, I'll put No Limit somewhere on here. I'm going to remove kpopRC from the bottom here because it looks so much better when it was black. I just, I wanted a livery. I had to take pictures. Like, it had to happen. So, nah, I'm going to take it off. I don't like it. So we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. If other people want to be part of the project and give advice or whatever, or if they have like a 3-speed, Savage transmission laying around they want to send out, contact me on Instagram. That'd be awesome. Working on and building my ribs, keeping me sane. I know, totally. Like, I don't like, it's such a weird thing for me where people are just like only RTRs. Like, it's just so weird. And they come to the when I'm buying paint, they come to the hobby shop, and then it's like you see the guy and he's like, oh, he's back. It's like, oh no, it's a screw. Like, here's the manual. Come on, man. It's simple. It's like 7 screws. He's fixed. Anyways, I'm a structural engineer. I got into RC for the fabrication. I know, it's the best. It's like my favorite thing too. You can actually check out. Let's see here. Actually, I'm really looking forward to finishing the RS200 project. This thing is going to be incredible. You can see I put a battery. I put a battery pass through, and I created these like. Let's see here. We'll hide that. Actually, oh no, don't hide that. Oh, it's part of it. Am I not using my gift? Here we go. I'm like, it's hard to learn this thing. Hide. Okay, cool. So the battery hold down is pretty cool. So when you slide the battery, it'll like click this thing over. And to get the battery out, you just kind of have to like put your finger there and it'll pop out. It's on both sides. It holds the battery in a cool position. I got to figure out how I'm going to mount all the engine stuff and the turbo. I did make this awesome exhaust, which I think is super sick. And then also I still have to make the intercooler. So you can actually kind of see the turbo there. So you see the turbo. And then on the other side, let's see if I can spin this around. I don't think I can. Oh, that's a hard one. It's like, oh, dude, it's like riding switch on the skateboard or something. Why is turning clockwise easier? Farts. Okay. Yeah, so there's the intake manifold right there. So the intercooler actually sits on the roof of this car. So there's going to be some piping there. It's going to be pretty sick. This is going to be cool. It's going to be cool. And I'm kind of toying with the idea because this build is being given away. But I'm looking right now for more bodies. I'm going to see if I can make 3 or 4 of these kits. And we'll, I don't know, some lucky people are going to get the opportunity to sort of like purchase them, and have them. Yeah, this thing is totally going for Raffle. I'm getting back to it. I've got Gear Guy involved. Gear Guy is building or modeling the period correct rims for this thing, and I'm also getting him to potentially resin print me the dashboard and potentially the engine components, because I mean, I have a resin printer. It's sitting right there. It's just, it's so stinky, and the girl's fairly sensitive about things that smell like they're going to give you like ovarian cancer or something. So, we can't resin print in here right now. That might change in the new year. We'll see. We'll see how this channel progresses, right? Giveaway. I know. It's going to be sick. And just so you guys, wait, maybe I can grab it because the box is like right here. You guys can see it. Oh, I don't have the body. I put the body somewhere where I can't break it. So, the raffle starts, dude, man. The raffle starts when I finish it. I'm just gonna I'm gonna hammer through this one just so I can get it out, because I started the raffle. I sold out of tickets before I thought I would, which is freaking, I mean, a good thing, but kind of a bad thing. Like, I shouldn't have started selling the tickets until it was closer to completion. Anyway, this is what it looks like right now. This is like sick. And then I've got basically, oh boy, I had to redesign it. So this particular version of the cage and the chassis is shorter. So the firewall is closer to the seats, if you can see that. Yeah, that's how it goes. And I got this cut out of aluminum. I don't know why. I don't know where it is though. Damn, it's so impressive. The Send Cut Send stuff is so impressive to see. And like, of course, I don't know where the hell I put it. Anyway, so it's based on a Sakura D5 Lite. This is an M scale chassis, so it's got a fairly short wheelbase. Too short in a sense, because it doesn't actually fit the Tamiya M scale bodies that well. And I mean, I kind of knew that already, and I bought it so that I could just replace this whole bottom piece. Why re-engineer and rebuild things when you can just repurpose them? And this is a rear-wheel drive platform, so there's really nothing that connects the front and the rear parts of the chassis other than the bottom plate and these two side rails. So really, you know, it doesn't take much to just kind of measure out all these holes and like make your own thing. You can change the wheelbase any way you freaking want. So that's why you need to go out and go to Creality and buy yourself a, you know, fuse deposition printer for $230. This, like, I mean, not for the people who like ready to run kits. This is for people that what they do is they build RC cars, and that's my jam. You know, that's like what we like to do. I kind of wish I could put the body on it though, because you would see how awesome it is with the RS 200 body on it. It's pretty sick. Pretty sick. That would be cool. Let's see here. I did. So I did, and they are. Damn it, man. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna cry, man. I'm gonna cry. Where the hell is it? I would have thought that I would like put it somewhere where I knew I would like see it or need it or find it or whatever. No. I'm looking. I can't find it. There's no. It's not here. What did I do with it? Anyway, such is my life. This is what happens when you put a project aside for 30 days. Although I saw it today, so it's here somewhere. It's just a matter of finding it. I'll probably find it the minute I end the stream, which is the way it goes usually. Sadness. Oh, my heart is full of sadness. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Come on. Come on. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So maybe I can actually show you guys some of the video from episode 2 of the RS200 project. Oh, yeah. Where was that? Oh, yeah, there. Ha! There we go. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, so it's funny because the camera ends up. That's weird. Oh, I'm a dummy. I thought the shot that's on the table I thought was the computer, and I'm like hitting play, and I'm like, why the hell won't this play? You know. Anyway, so I'm like looking at like doing like super rally kind of inspired wheels, but Gear Guy. If you guys don't follow him on Instagram, check him out. He actually makes replica rims for 10 scale vehicles. So if you have like a rim that nobody makes, he will make it for you. He will 3D model it for you, and he'll make it slot into an MST barrel, and that will let you adjust the offset. So his wheels are like, there's like 5 options for offset for most of his wheels. He also did make me a set of like perfect Crown Victoria steelies that are going on the neighbor build when I get back to it, which is going to be, I'm really trying to get there. If anything, if Monthly Mayhem has taught me anything, it's that I should just be getting these projects done regardless of what they do to my body. Is that a weird thing to say? Good Lord. Anyway, it's super sweet. Hey, the Tank RC man, hope you're having a good Tuesday. Not G10, love your build. Going Nitro was risky as the wheelbase. Yeah, I kind of like, I mean, you know, I asked Scale Builders Guild in the beginning, I was like, well, what's the prize? And he's like, oh, it's just bragging rights. And I was like, you know, there's no way that having the knowledge that I do about speed runs going into the freaking competition would be able to be competitive. And I didn't want to make it, you know. Oh, RC Racing Legends. No, the rims he's making are not MST barrel based at all. And also we're making them 15s. So they're going to be 10 scale 15s. Which we'll figure it out. Don't worry. Nothing's been printed yet. The modeling may have already started, but the offset hasn't figured out yet. But the great thing about somebody who is modeling them for you is that they can adjust that offset for you on the fly. So I'm just going to let him know what it is, and you can just like do it. But until I have everything kind of mounted and where it is, I'm just like really not going to give him that info. But he can easily model the rim. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, sweet. So it's cool. It's a cool project, and I'm like looking forward to it. Just as I'm looking forward to Neighbor. Neighbor's going to be pretty cool too. Let me see if I can find Neighbor. I don't know if you guys have followed those. I'm sure there's a bunch of people who don't like follow like new people. There's new people watching, so they might not know what project we've been working on. And a Neighbor is like the coolest one, and I'm like just finally feeling that I have the energy and like the motivation to get her done. Get her done. Here it is. Let's see. Yeah. Boom. Anyway, so all that's really left to do is get the headlights printed in vinyl, like printed as if they were photorealistic. They're not going to turn on by any means, but they're going to look like headlights. And I've got the bull bar already designed. I've got the headlights in NeoPixels all programmed and ready to go. I just have to mount them. There's the motor the engine that I modeled. This is the GT500 with the what is it, XMP supercharger on there, small pulley. You can see the massive air filter. I also made like radiator pipes. You can kind of see there's like rubber radiator pipes out of like 14 gauge wire freaking shielding. It looks pretty good. Anyway, we were like trying to see if we can get it to run properly, and the best one we got is this shot right here. This is like a whole day. I think we shot like 20 minutes of footage, and I would say this 30 seconds is the best 30 seconds we got that whole day. So it is going to be a bit tough to get the shots that we want to get to make this project happen the way that I envision it, but it is possible, and it's just knowing how to catch that smoke underneath the body to make it look like it's coming from the wheels, or use the smoke bombs. But the smoke bombs, it's a different kind of smoke. It's a very heavy smoke, and it might not look as scale because of that, because it's so dense. This looks more scale because there's like a transparency. You know what I mean? Like it almost looks like that looks 10 feet away, but really it's 12 inches away. You know what I mean? Anyway, oh, sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to. No. I'm sorry, man. I was just trying to tell other people because, like, I just don't want them to think that, you know, like, just Gear Guy models wheels for the MST barrels, but he'll do pretty much anything, is what I was trying to get at. Not that, like, yeah. Delicious. Yes, they are. They are. Although it's a smaller wheelbase car. It's 10 scale, so, and they're using 15-inch wheels. So I feel like the M scale version of the RS 200, when you put it beside the wheelbase of a Skyline at true 10 scale, I feel like the wheelbases would be comparably scale, if that makes any sense. Like if we drift the RS 200 M scale with a 10 scale Skyline, they will look like they are within scale to one another, if that makes any sense. So yeah, it's using an M chassis because the RS 200's wheelbase is so much smaller. But I do agree that it's not exactly 10 scale. It's probably a little smaller than 10 scale. So we're on it. I kind of feel like Gear Guy would be very meticulous about all of that kind of stuff, and we'll talk about it, and I appreciate it. It's good to know and good to think about. So awesome. That's just secondhand RC. That's just a party smoke machine that you can buy from like Princess Auto from Harbor Freight for like $10 around Halloween. You know, plugs into the wall. It's got a little remote. Actually, you know what? You probably see it if I stopped. Yeah, there. You can kind of see it on the right there. Yeah, so, and it does spit out all that oil. So you can see how much oil it spits out. And it takes a little bit of time to get going. It's not a very good smoke machine. There are better smoke machines out there. The ones we use at work actually use CO2 canisters on top of the burning of the glycerin or whatever it is. And it makes a much like nicer smoke on the lungs in a weird way. I don't know if that's a thing. I think that's a thing, yeah. But yeah, super cool, super cool. Let's see here. What else? What if you threw some files inside the wheel to rotate the smoke? That's a really good idea, Ace, for sure. That's really great. Got a good call. Like I did with the troller stroller motors. The troller stroller motors are outboard motors, and I 3D printed a fan so that when they really get going, they're pushing quite a lot of air into the motor. Right? Tank RC. I mean, like this freaking shot, I would say, like, could you imagine if it had the bull bar, the blinking lights, and the whole like Freedom Factory security livery, which I already have designed. It just needs to get, I need to find somebody that's going to print me out. Like I keep finding places that it's like, oh, 50 stickers and you only have for $27. I'm like, no, I need like an 8.5 by 11 sheet, maybe bigger, maybe even bigger. Like is A4 bigger? Just one bigger. One print on, even if it's on white vinyl, it doesn't even have to be on clear vinyl. It has to be on white vinyl so that we can stretch it a little bit, because it's got to go around some compound curves. And if we're not printing on vinyl, it's going to get some weird creases that I'm not into. Yes. The Tank RC, man, there's like an 8-episode series on this build. The coolest part about this build is the active suspension. I don't know if you noticed, but like, it's got servos for suspension, and those servos are like faking like a boaty kind of like, you know, let's find a shot where maybe it doesn't look as realistic, but oh, where am I? Oh no, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Where is it? No. No. Oh no. Did I close it? Hold on. Son of a... Come on, where are you? Neighbor update. Got you. I got you back. All right, sorry. Somehow I closed the freaking sequence. See where we can. Oh yeah. So you can kind of see how it's like boaty. It like it's swimmy. Yeah, maybe in slow-mo it doesn't even show it that well, because it looks so real. Like you don't even realize that it's like it's doing this like grandpa drove over a curb and everything's fine kind of dance. It's like, did grandpa just take out that mailbox? And the grandpa's like, I can't see, the damn engine's in the way. Oh, here we go. Get some sound. You gotta see like doing this weird. Oh yeah, there you go. Like when we let off the brakes, because we've got a front brake. So the front brake, the front brake is it's a 4-wheel drive chassis, and the front differential, I flipped the belt around and I tied the belt on one side, and I'm using a servo to pull the belt against the differential, and it's actually creating a like a burnout. It's like yeah, maybe this will show it. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there. Now we're talking. Hold on. Now we're talking.
Maybe in the wrong way.
Look at the ant. Oh man, my favorite is the little ant.
Maybe in the wrong way.
Right there. Oh, it's good. It's really funny.
There we go.
It's really funny, man. Okay, I want to see the line lock let go though. That's like the best. When you see the line lock go. Yeah, obviously this is what I was talking about, how this isn't really that realistic because it's just not right. The angle's not right. You wouldn't shoot the video this low either. So in real life, you would be probably holding your phone, right? Like you'd be holding your phone maybe around 5-6 feet up in the air. So that shot was too low. So we know that, yeah, it would have to be a little higher for eye level. No one shoots holding their camera, you know, penis height or anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so good. Totally. Oh man, it's pretty cool though. It looks pretty good. You can see me smoking it, hazing it there. Good Lord. Yeah, super cool. All right, let's do SAS. We're gonna do SAS. I don't know if the usual crew is here still that wants to see SAS. We haven't seen Monster Parts or I saw RC Garage for a little bit there, but I don't think he's still here. So man, so all the drift dudes that usually watch this Tall Can Tuesday, we do this thing on Instagram. It's called Scale is Shit. It's hashtag scale as shit. So if you do anything RC related that's scale and you're posting on Instagram, just add that hashtag. And then we talk about it. On Tall Can Tuesday. So let's see here. For some reason, last week it didn't work because it's got shit in the hashtag. And it's like, is it bad? It just seems weird that would be like cancelable. You know what I mean? Anyway, here, Scale B&B, man. Scale B&B is working on this dashboard. Looks pretty sick. Right-hand drive. It kind of looks like a Lexus steering wheel. I'm not sure. Oh no, Peugeot 306. So like a sick little hatchback like rally car probably. Ooh, it says Tamiya Legends. So looks like he's gonna be. There you go. You know, funny, Scale B&B, your freaking wide body. I don't even think that's Lexan. That looks 3D printed, but maybe it's Lexan. It looks sick. That looks sick. My only thing I would say is instead of going white, I would go like 80% gray. It might look cooler just like the white being a little muted. Test it out on Photoshop because that's a Photoshop. See if it looks cooler. That's what I would do. Let's see. What are you doing saying? SAS. That's right. Use that hashtag. Thanks, Tank. I mean, if I missed you, I'm so sorry. But like, I don't know. Instagram's weirdly fickle sometimes. It does like weird things. I'm lacking on my SAS. Too much going on at work and full. I mean, that's all good, man. That's all good. You know. Let's see what you got. Although those rims are sick too. Oh wait, where were we here? Come on, man. That looks awesome. I'm gonna heart it. I'm gonna follow him. Of course we are. Fuddy Mucker Scale Crawlers, man. Looks like he's got a good crew. You know how you know he's got a good crew is because they're all hanging out in the forest and it's raining. I wonder if this is the kind of crew that would be like, dudes, it's gonna like, there's gonna be no one, no dogs, no kids with like strollers, families with strollers. Like, perfect. It's a perfect time to go crawling, and everything is slippery and slick, which is like a whole other level of challenge. These two are, oh man, wow. No, that looks cool, man. So sick. I think I'm following you, buddy. Hope I am. Let's see here. Northern RC, not even sure why I'm not following that dude. Because this guy is my local track. So this is my local drift track. This is strictly sideways. Those dudes are awesome. I mean, it's getting colder, so we're gonna end up probably drifting. I know there might be some stuff happening with the drifting stuff this winter for sure. We'll see what happens. I really want to do a live stream at the track. We'll see if we can make that happen. Like with cameras all along the track, and then so we can switch. Like we can switch a car drifting the track, like where cameras would be, you know, during an event. Would be really cool. Let's see your Scale Modified RC. I love it, man. I don't know what it is about the Clodbusters. it just brings me back to childhood, you know, like these are the RC cars that I was drooling over when I was like 10, you know. Man, there's something about the goofy side of Tamiya that's just kind of weirdly alluring in some ways. Also, sick picture, scale modified RC. Right. Fire photo, bro. Fire photo, bro. Yeah, I wrote it. What? Aldrez, man. All right, so Aldrez is, I mean, I don't think he's here because he might be busy, but he's usually here on Tall Can Tuesday. This guy's always doing the coolest stuff. This looks to me like it is a replica of what Aldrez was working on in the mine. So he used to work in a copper mine miles underground, and I don't know if he was a mechanic or what he did, but he would always work on these crazy Land Cruisers, and they had these like really old Land Cruisers deep in the mines, and I don't know what down there makes them like minty fresh, but like he's got like these like they're like brand new, like they don't have any rust on them. They're just like whatever, fleet vehicles. I guess they don't drive that far, really. I mean, in the mines, how far are you going to drive? Like 1 mile a day? I don't know, but super cool. Let's see here. Boom, right? Good Lord, bro. That's so fire. That's so fire, buddy. Let's see, your scale modified RC is what are you doing? You're like racing, you're like straight up pushing that 6x6. I don't know. I never thought this would do well. Like for anything. Like what? Like why would you do the not dually? Why would you do the double axle rear for anything but like carrying heavy loads? Like does it crawl better? Does it, I guess, more traction? 2 more contact patches? Not 100% sure, but it's weird to me a little bit. Is that weird? That's weird. JDMRC Drift Project. That looks like my kitchen table after our monthly mayhem. Don't tell Paula. Yeah, so Scale Addiction, man. Check out Scale Addiction. This dude is like modeling RC cars and printing all this crazy stuff and like doing all this post-processing on his RC cars. It's quite a lot of work. It's really cool to see. Russell RC, man, that's fire too, man. Oh, God. I don't know what it is. When people like start looking, like when you're taking your photo with your phone or whatever of your RC car, take a minute just to scan the background, you know, sometimes like, I mean, if you got your shoes or whatever, your Yeezys in the back, like, you know what I mean? Like there's just something about people that take the time to like make it look fire. That's just like, I have mad respect for. And Russell, man, that's a good photo. JDMRC Drift Project. I'm not sure what this is, but it looks cool. Keep moving. Scale Addiction printing his own rims and tires, apparently, too. That's interesting. So FDM tires, resin rims. Pretty cool. Ooh, RC Garage. Oh, here's the vert. Okay. So there's a really awesome drift track in Colorado. What's the Denver, Colorado. And it's called Scale. It's called Scale Science. It's called Scale Science, and they have like a YouTube channel too, and they do a whole bunch of stuff, and they have a really awesome track, and they did a whole challenge. It's called the Vert Challenge. So the whole challenge was to make the most scale convertible drift body that you could, and this is RC Garage's entry for that particular freaking contest. So if you look, Gear Guy, I believe it's Gear Guy that made those rims, and like from the light buckets, the engine bay, to what's happening with the ladies and the side boob, and I'm pretty sure he's got like Dr. Pepper, and he's got like candy bars and stuff. Like, yeah, RC Garage, man, just like always taking it to the next freaking level. I have a feeling we're gonna see more of like the vert stuff. Motion Model RC, I'm not even sure why I don't follow you, but that's awesome. 124 scale is super sweet because most like, you know, non-RC models that you get, like the Revel ones and like some of the Tamiya ones, they're all that scale. So you can actually find bodies, really awesome bodies for that scale. And that's almost like worth it alone, is to just be able to get a hard body, like a square body like that. You know what I mean? Like, damn, that looks freaking fire. Anyway, slide theory, the man, every time I see these, I want to do some kind of scale photography studio thing for my RCs. It's going to happen when I get bigger, when I get more space, probably early next year. We're looking at, there's going to be, I'm going to be moving, and we're going to try to get more space. So I'm hoping for something like this, although I'm not going to do a garage because everybody does garages. I'm going to freaking do an industrial landscape, and I'm going to do like oil, like an oil refinery with like pipes. I think that's my plan. That's my plan. I'm spilling all the beans. Slide theory, man. I love hard liveries where there's lots of contrast, man. It looks really awesome. Look at that. Like, think of the restraint that it took this guy from adding any color to that livery. You know what I mean? Man, I feel like guys that know how to make, like, doing livery work, like making liveries, is the hardest thing ever. And the guys that have restraint, I feel like restraint is what makes the best liveries, like not going too far. And you know, you see some of them, and some of them you see, and you're just like, what were you thinking, brother? Right? Oh man, Humboldt Tef knows what I'm talking about. Right? 84 freaking Toyota pickup. That's so fire. I think that's the coolest stuff, man. That's the coolest stuff for sure. Yeah, oh, true. Perry G knows, of course. Yeah, sand dunes and like loose sand. An extra axle in the back is going to definitely help for that, for sure, for certain, for certain. Oh no, what happened? We haven't done that very far, so it's all good. Fuddy Mucker scale crawlers. What's cool about this photo is like everyone's kind of hanging out over there with their one-to-ones. Man, that looks cool. That looks cool. Looks like a wet day. But look at the side light. Oh, it's so fire. All this stuff looks so good. See, I don't know. Is it weird that this would be a fun day for me, even though we would probably all get wet? As long as there's beer, you know? So good. So good. So good. Let's see here. RC Garage. Wait, we're going to full screen this so we can see it. Team. Can I make it better quality? No, I can't. Anyway, on board with RC Garage. Love it. Love the shot. It's so good. It's so good. Wait, what's happening there? What's going on the back of that guy's car? Oh, tell me it's FPV. Oh, no. Okay, so the guy in front is using a Insta360, one of those mini Insta360 cams. And they built some kind of like super light gantry. Do you see what I'm talking about? Like it's very, very light. Maybe carbon fiber tube or little, I don't know, maybe zip ties? I don't know. It's so hard to say with the polyp. Yeah, it's really hard to say with the, yeah, with what's, you know, with the quality. Oh, did you see that drone too? There's the drone. Oh, it's a mini whoop. So it's got a mini whoop as well. Damn, look at that. Let's see the mini whoop freaking footage, man. You probably just dipped in though. The mini whoops. Unless you get some. Oh no, he's got some mad skills. Never mind. Oh my god. Check it out, man. The freaking mini whoop chasing. Maybe don't chase the car with the freaking Insta360 cam. No, like you're not gonna get a very scale shot, which makes me a little sad because that looks fire. Oh my god, this is the coolest, man. That's the coolest. Anyway, if you're not following RC Garage, good lord, do it. That dude knows. Oh man, check it out. Aldres bought a hoodie. So I'm selling these t-shirts. If you're looking for a shirt with like an RC remote control on it, they're there. If you want to pick one up, visit kpopRC.com. There's like a little link there for shirts. It takes you to my Teespring store, or like just below this video, you might find them if you want. If you want to really support kpopRC, do it. I would highly recommend it if you're in the States. I would not recommend it if you're Canada, because there are a lot of hidden fees with us Canadians. So I'm working on something for us Canadians for sure. Right? Good Lord. Okay, let's keep moving. 54 you dudes watching. Yeah, scale modified RC. Okay. What is going on here? Did this dude build like a full freaking racetrack in 1/10 scale? Like, there's Summit, Hobby Wing, like fire extinguisher. What? Scale modified RC, man. You are a legend. You are a legend. That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Northern RC, man. I'm keep seeing all these incredible engine build kits, and I'm assuming is this Trevor? This might actually be Trevor. This is my local track. This is also strictly sideways, and I'm assuming this is Trevor's car. I'm not sure, 100% sure. Anyway, keep moving. But they have some really awesome drivers at my track, and they're always changing. The cool thing about our track is that it's very narrow, and they always change the layout. So everybody always has to gets used to a new layout, and that's really helpful when you're learning. Frustrating, but very helpful. So this is National Forest Campground. It looks like his whole backyard is built for scale. Oh, okay. Oh shit. Guys, I'm tired. Yeah, there you go. Okay, starting to understand it a little bit more. That's super cool to see, like extra articulation. You know what I'm talking about? Super cool. I'm gonna definitely like those images. RC Garage. Yes. Let's see the driver. Right-hand drive. CD in her hand. What CD? Yo, is that Wu-Tang Clan? That looks like Wu-Tang Clan. Oh, man, it's the best. It's the best, man. This dude's the best. He makes the coolest stuff, hands down. It's like the best stuff. No, is anybody talking? No one's on the comments. 51 of you dudes watching. No one's talking. Let's see here. Scope threat, man. That looks pretty fire too. Like just the gas station or whatever. That looks SO. That looks like SO. No, man. Good job, dudes. I'm not even looking at the freaking Datsun Skyline. So I don't know it's too old for me to know. Whatever, sick. And then the Supra is sick too. That I know. Yep. What? Where is this? God, man. If only, eh? If only. Won the lottery, man. I'd build a sick drift freaking track and everything. It would be like a indoor mountain bike course or something. Oh man, I'm tired. I'm gonna drink more beer. We're gonna kill it. Yeah, Gear Guys. So Gear Guys, this is the guy that's making all those MST inserts. You can kind of see the MST insert here. So this allows for different wheel spacing and offset, but you can see how incredibly detailed the resin prints are. Like, the 3-piece wheel looks like a 3-piece wheel. The wheel nuts look like wheel nuts. You know what I'm talking about? Good Lord. Yeah, let's keep moving. Oh, another local guy with an NSX. NSX. Okay. I'm not that stupid. That thing looks pretty fire too. Oh, Bow Spirit, man, that looks fire. I gotta go and hang out with these dudes again. Gear Guy made it to 1,000 followers only? Come on, this dude needs more. If you guys aren't following Gear Guy, go follow him. He's making some really cool stuff. And he'll print you rims that no one else has at your drift track. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's it. We're going to kill it. I'm tired. I'm tired, guys. It's 11:41 on this part of the world. Super shout out goes to Reefs RC for sending me all that wicked stuff. Big shout out goes to Scale Builders Guild for, you know, having his Baja already ready. Come on, man. Crazy. Let's see what else. Shout out to Mark P for helping me out with all the Nitro stuff. Massive, massive thank you for that. To Nash for coming out and hanging out for 8 hours trying to get a Nitro running. At least he wasn't the one that got all the blisters. I still have scabs. I'm not giving you the middle finger. I still have Nitro scabs all over my hands. I have already ordered a roto start for this bad boy. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, we're going to kill the stream. Thanks a lot for coming and hanging out. We had like 60 concurrent, you know, viewers at one point. That's quite good for frickin' Talcan Tuesday. So we're going to see you guys next week. We're going to try to get back to a weekly episode of Talcan Tuesday because why not? It's fun. It's a good time. And hopefully you guys are having fun. And hopefully you guys had a good Tuesday. Tuesday is kind of the worst day of the week. So maybe something that you can look forward to on Tuesdays is coming and hanging out with kpopRC. We're going to have, usually we have guests. It would be great to have Double Clutch Productions on here. It'd be great to have Scale Builders Guild back on here. You know, and massive shout out goes to No Limit RC for potentially sending us a Nitro engine, monster Nitro engine. That would be super cool. So yeah, cheers to beers, guys. Thanks a lot for coming and hanging out, and we'll see you guys next week. Ciao.